Welcome everyone to Weekly News and DW with major tidbits, and the topic for this video is Tatlong Duterte sa Senado. Inihayag ni Mayora VP Sara ang posibleng magiging lineup na makita para sa 2025 midterms election para sa Senado na maaaring ito ngayong isang uri ng oposisyon laban sa Administrasyong Marcos. Sinabi ni VP Sara na maaaring tumakbo sa Senado ang kanyang ama at dating Presidente Rodrigo Duterte, Davao Mayor Sebastian Duterte, at Congressman Paulo Duterte.
Lahat sila raring na tumakbo Si PRD, Senator, yung kuya ko, si Paulo Duterte, yung congressman ngayon, Senator, si Sebastian Duterte. Yes, tatlo ang Duterte next year.
Confirm na ba yan galing sa'yo, VP? Or sa mama mo?
Confirmed yan. Ang ingon sa ako ang mama. Ang mudagan ang senador, ang ako ang manghod, si Baste Duterte. And siya ang mudagan sa 2028 president.
So, President, si
Ang
Baste,
ingon sa ako ang mama mo, balik daw ko sa Davao nga mayor.
Mahal nating nagbitiw sa DepEd as the kalihim of the Department of CVP Sara Duterte in a pretty controversial, non-controversial way. If you want to learn more about the entire thing, you can watch my NIDW recap number 56 or my mini-major tidbits na lalabas sa mga susunod na linggo patungkol sa pagbitiw ni VP Sara Duterte at ang pagtayo niya sa administrasyon at unity. Now, sinabi ni dating presidential spokesperson Harry Roque na magiging opposition raw si Sara na kanya namang pinabulaanan because again, meron pa silang good rapport ni Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The fact of the matter is that this doesn't negate the fact na nagkakaroon ng alitan ang mga dating magkachokaran noong 2022 halalan na alyansang Marcos at Duterte. That is also one of the reasons why they won in a landslide. Ikinatuwa naman ni Senator Ronald Bato del Rosa ang balitang iyon, particularly dahil nga sa falling out between the Duterte loyalists and Marcos Jr. loyalists, with Bato and Go being the only true Duterte allies in the Senate up for re-election. I mean, nandoon si, I think, Robin Padilla and probably Francisco Tolentino or Francis Tolentino. But again, they have some kind of differences that really made it so that Bato only thinks of him and Bongo to be the only ones against the world.
yung possibility yun, no? Kung talagang hindi kami acceptable sa administrasyon, hindi kami dadalhin, hindi ba tayo pwede magpupumilit, di ba? So, we have to diskarte talaga through guerrilla warfare.
Now, this is a worrying aspect na magkakaroon na naman tayo ng mga magkakapamilya sa Kongreso. Isang katutak sa House of Representatives, tapos may magnanay, may magkapatid, may kapatid ng presidente, o kaya na may part of a prominent political family in the national and their respective local politics. At kung gusto nyong magkaroon pa ng mga ganitong breaking news at napapanahong mga balita at komentaryo, although, again, talagang mababa yung energy ko because it's 3 o'clock and I just woke up. Pero yun na nga. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell icon, like, comment, and share this video para lumago pa tayo and I can be motivated further to keep on keeping on. Kasi unti-unti na bumababa yung mga nakukuha kong views. Now, after shelling for about 15 seconds, let's go back to the video. We can't also take what the Constitution says as something to be used para pigilang tumakbo ang mga kandidato with their fam kasi the wording says in Article 2, Section 26 na the state shall guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service and prohibit political dynasties as may be defined by law. Now, the problem here is walang law enforceable that prohibits political dynasties. You also can't just bar your citizens in holding public offices kasi in the same time, sinabi rin na the state shall guarantee equal access to opportunities or for public service. So this is kind of a contradictory section in the Constitution kung titignan mo, and if you look at it from the POV of someone for a political dynastic background. Now, mahirap gumawa ng ganong batas kasi it will probably be held up against Article 2, Section 26, or at least the first part of it, to be declared by the Supreme Court as unconstitutional. The only realistic way you can enforce Article 2, Section 26 is to leave it. You don't do anything with it, and rather provide that kung will of the people, they can just replace the political dynasties and place them with a budding new one. Yes, a budding new political dynasty. Because that's what we are founded upon. Sure, it's worrying na tatakbo sa politika itong tatlong mag-aama at magkakapatid and will probably be voted in by the people, pero it's not worrying dahil magkakamag-anak sila. Rather, worrying dahil alam nating iboboto lang sila ng sangkatauhan at ng taong bayan dahil sa kanilang apelyido. And that's what political dynasties are prone into doing and what turns them corrupt. Doing aside from giving their kins advantages in campaigning. Now, ang ating presidente at vice-presidente, puro lang naman sila unity. Wala naman silang konkretong plataforma. Hindi uma-attend ng mga debates. The only thing that helped them won are aside from political machineries, fake news, disinformation at misinformation campaigns, are the fact na anak sila ng mga dating populista at authoritariang presidente, which goes hand in hand with, again, misinformation, disinformation campaign. Dinala sila ng kanilang apelyido, ng kanilang mga ama, wala nang iba pa, maliban sa mga nasabi ko and some stuff that is better left unsaid. Now, sinasabi nilang maaring maging oposisyon ang mga ito considering nakikipagbakan na nga sila sa administrasyon, particularly with regards to the charter change o CHACHA and probably the issue in the West Philippine Sea at yung allegiance natin with either the United States and China. Now, kaya namang maraming nagsasabi na kung gusto pa nilang lumakas sila, or at least kung gusto nila pang magkaroon pa ng mas malupit na boses, sumama sila sa Liberal Party or kahit saang mga oposisyon pa para mas lalo pang lumakas. Pero ang hindi nga lang maganda dito is, if you watch my NIDW recap number 56, ang mga Duterte at kasalukuyang administrasyon are two sides of the same coin. Hindi sila tunay na opposition, hindi sila magiging tunay na opposition in the truest sense ng pagiging opposition sa ideolohiya at pamamalakad.
When we speak of issues, we can align, walang problema. Ngayon, when we speak of working together for a electoral victory, kailangan, hindi pwedeng marriage of convenience lang yan.
Hindi sila tunay na oposisyon in the truest sense ng pagiging oposisyon sa ideolohiya at pamamalakad. The true opposition para sa akin agrees with both the administration and even with the Dutertes on some issues, and I can't really give an exact or guaranteed speculation, pero one thing I can say is magiging exciting to mga bes. I will actually be voting for the Dutertes and the true opposition, which might include either Senator Trillanes, Laila de Lima, Chel Jokno, Bam Aquino, Franz Castro, and probably Raul Manuel, just to make it more interesting. And then iboboto ko rin sila Baste, sino isa? Si Piduch, ano isa? I'm blanking. Piduch, Baste, and Paulo. Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series na News and Worthy Recap. Check the entire video for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure would be interesting to you particularly. Di ko alam yung name mo pero you should subscribe. You... Muhammad Smith? I don't fucking know. John Smith? Salamat sa manonood mga kabayan. Avoid me, like, subscribe, follow my links in socials and avoid shows that would be linked down below. Sa susunod muli, of course, paalam.